Apu is saved. Holy crap, the SJWs did not kill Apu off from The Simpsons. Oh, hello everyone. Also, hello everyone. I'm Mecha Random 42. And yeah, we've been covering this Apu news story for the past couple of days here on my channel about Apu getting quietly written off of the show, where they're just not going to bring him back. And well, good news. We have some word from actual people who actually represent The Simpsons saying, no, Apu is not leaving anywhere. So let's go over to the article here on Hollywood Reporter. Simpsons producer addresses claims that Apu is leaving. So this is by Evan Reel. This came out today. There he is, Apu. He's so cool. I do like Apu. He's one of the better characters in The Simpsons for sure. The character has recently become controversial, with critics arguing that he pushes negative South Asian stereotypes. Last week, producer and YouTube star Adi Shankar claimed in an interview with IndieWire that The Simpsons would soon drop the Apu character altogether. Simpsons producer Al Jean addressed Shankar's assertion in a Sunday night tweet, suggesting that Apu Nahasapi Mapetalan is staying put. Adi Shankar is not a producer on The Simpsons, wrote Jean. I wish him the very best, but he does not speak for our show. Shankar then responded, let's work towards common ground, ignoring only fans the flames. Ignoring only fans of flames, yeah. The world is polarized and getting more so, and the onus is on us to bring people together. Engage in a constructive way, and this matter will go to bed. Yeah, so here are the tweets from Al Jean, and Al Jean's been with The Simpsons for freaking ever. Absolutely awesome that he actually like put this statement. You know, Adi Shankar's not a producer on The Simpsons. Oh man. See, he says, I see you, now I'm asking you to see me, is what he further said in his tweet in response here. Earlier this year, Shankar launched an online competition challenging his YouTube subscribers to write a script which, in a clever way, subverts Apu, pivots him, writes him out, or evolves him in hopes to solve the Apu problem. Well, there is no Apu problem. Apu has always been one of the best developed characters of the show. He's one of the smartest people in Springfield. He holds a degree in, what is it, computer science? I know he has at least one degree. He might have more. He's a devoted father, you know, who had one pretty major fuck up, which, you know, is very normal and typical in this day and age. He's a very well fleshed out character. He represents vegetarianism. He represents, you know, a very hardworking father and husband, and you know, I think he's actually one of the better role models and people on the series. But you know, sure, he's a negative stereotype because he's voiced by a Jewish guy doing a East Indian accent. Sure, whatever. And I don't even want to call Hank Azaria a white guy. You know, isn't he's like Spanish, Jewish, and white, and you know, he's a lot of mixed ethnicities himself. Not only that, he's a very popular voice actor who's been with the show for decades, even going back earlier, right? Wasn't he another one on Tracy Ullman? So the point is, they're just bitching to bitch, basically, about Apu, and I'm sick of it. He promised the winner that he would make the winning episode on his YouTube channel, which is known for its parodies and fan films. Additionally, the problematic portrayal of Apu was explored in The Problem with Apu, a documentary released last year by Indian-American comedian, quote-unquote, Hari Kanabolu, directed by Michael Melamidov. I'm so bad with names, I'm so sorry. The documentary interviewed a number of prominent stars of South Asian descent, including Aziz Ansari, Kal Penn, Asif Mandev, and Hassan Minhaj. And I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing names. I'm terrible with names. According to Kanabolu, Apu's stereotypical portrayal resulted in him being bullied and made fun of for his ethnicity. Apu was the only Indian we have on TV at all, so I was happy for any representation as a kid, he told BBC last year. And of course he's funny, but that doesn't mean his representation is accurate or right. Neither is fucking Homer. Neither is Waylon Smithers. Neither is Comic Book Guy. They're all exaggerated stereotypes to a certain extent. You don't hear me bitching about it. Actually, I kind of do a little bit. But, you know, that sort of, it's The Simpsons, you know? I mean, if people take The Simpsons like it's the Bible or gospel or something, well, that's a whole nother issue. Don't get me started on that. But don't take The Simpsons like it's a documentary on how people are. It's an exaggerated reality. It's a cartoon. Simpsons responded to this controversy surrounding Apu's character during an April episode. No good read goes unpunished. While looking at a picture of Apu, Lisa Simpson says, something that has started decades ago and was applauded and inoffensive is now politically incorrect. What can you do? Exactly. What can you do? Well, what you can do is take the stick out of your ass, people, okay? The Simpsons, no character in The Simpsons is an accurate representation of anything, okay? Bumblebee Man's is a Mexican stereotype. The Fat Tony's is a mafia stereotype. The Italian chef is another Italian stereotype. Homer is a dumb white guy stereotype. Comic book guy is a negative stereotype on fat, overweight comic book nerds, right? Apu is fine. Apu fits in perfectly and is probably less offensive than any other character in Springfield. Waylon Smithers, stereotype on gay men of a certain age who collect Barbie dolls. Mr. Burns, stereotype of the rich old evil white guy, sort of quote unquote Republican stereotype who businessman, right? I'm trying to think of any other stereotypes. Fucking Otto, stereotype of a stoner. Mrs. Krabappel, stereotype of a grumpy teacher. Ned Flanders, stereotype of an annoying Christian. We get everybody in Springfield. Marge, stereotype of a bitchy housewife. Bart, stereotype of a bratty kid. Lisa, stereotype of a genius kid. Everybody in The Simpsons is some sort of a stereotype. Every goddamn fucking one of them. And to claim that Apu is offensive, it just pisses me off. He's, like I said, and even in the last video, you guys were pointing out stuff I completely missed. That, yeah, he's got degrees. He's the smartest character in town. Everybody's a stereotype. Yes, you guys are right. You guys are always absolutely 100% right in the comments. You guys are awesome. And I'm so happy that Al Jean did not bend to the whim of this Adi Shankar person who doesn't write The Simpsons. He's not a producer. He doesn't have anything to do with The Simpsons. And if we're letting these sort of media articles be represented as fact, it's important to have these sort of corrections out there. And I'm just pleased as punch that Apu, and now I might go back and watch some Simpsons, because if they're not getting rid of Apu, and here's the thing though. My initial response of, is The Simpsons kind of past its prime? Is it time for The Simpsons to die? It still kind of stands true to this day and age. It is a dinosaur as far as TV series is concerned. Society has changed so much that things that were not offensive 30 years ago are absolutely offensive now. And it was definitely a product of its time. It's like hearing derogatory terms coming from cartoon characters, or even the Munsters had a couple of things that would be considered racial slurs in today's society. We get that, times change, people change with the times. When a show outlasts the times changing, I still think it might be about time for The Simpsons to kind of back off, die down a little bit. But, the fact that they're sticking to their guns and they're saying, no, Apu's not going anywhere. Don't trust this guy. He doesn't even produce our show. Good on you, Simpsons. I might actually come back and watch some more. But, man, the fact that we even have to have this conversation in this day and age, it is mind-blowing. It is absolutely mind-blowing that this is what we're talking about now. Is a cartoon character offensive to people? If your whole existence is wrapped up and justified in a cartoon character on a show that probably aired before you were born, for a lot of people, a lot of modern viewers, a lot of modern people who get offended by things, this show started airing before a lot of these people were born. Not the person who initially said, oh yeah, Apu's leaving, not Adi Shankar. But a lot of people who get really upset and offended by things weren't even born when this show started airing, or when a lot of the stuff started happening. And that is kind of the bigger issue here. Your life is not justified by whether or not a cartoon character is offensive. You can have a healthy, productive, happy life, an interesting life, being whatever race, gender, religion, political affiliation you are. You will never be represented 100% by a cartoon character, okay? And if people are that stupid to think that everybody acts like a certain cartoon character of a certain ethnicity, then that's a huger issue with the world. And I see that so much in the entertainment industry, where pretty much all filmmakers everybody is involved with, like Lucasfilm in particular, assume that everybody who likes something like Star Wars or a comic book or Ghostbusters even is comic book guy, is a middle-aged, white guy with a beard working at a comic book store who bitches about everything. No, we're not. We are not these stereotypes. And once people can really wake up and realize that it is a cartoon, it is a parody, it is meant to be entertaining in a way that does not accurately represent people, then we can kind of move past all this stuff. And I'm sorry if people are offended by Apu, stop. Just stop it. Stop being offended by Apu. He's a cartoon character. He is not you. You are more value than a cartoon character on a show you probably don't even watch. Oh, people. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. It is good news that Apu isn't going anywhere. And with this news, are you guys going to go back and maybe check out a few more episodes of The Simpsons? Are we still done with it because it's past its prime? The base argument from my last video does still apply. And I will link that video in the description here as well, and as well as this article. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have Twitter, Patreon. I've been doing Let's Plays a little bit more on the channel as well. Bringing that back. I am MechaRandom42, and I will see you guys on the next video or live stream. Bye!